Hello everyone. Quick announcement before we get into the reading. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have started two things. One is my Patreon site where I will be uploading all of the extended portions of the videos, the in-depth look of the videos and readings, sometimes when I do the clarifying cards, and I put a bit of extra material. All of that is now going to be over on Patreon, as well as I've finally been able to start my tarot and oracle deck unboxing and review series. And I'm going to be starting to unbox various tarot decks, review them in depth with you, and each month these decks will be given away in a monthly member giveaway. So in order to be eligible for the giveaway, you just have to join my Patreon site, and the cost of being a patron over there, I just ask for $1 a month, and that's it. There's one tier, one amount to join, and it's just a way, just simply a way for me to be able to facilitate these reviews and to be able to give out these beautiful decks. The more people join, the more patrons I have, the more decks I will review each month, and the more decks I will give away. So for those of you who want to see the unboxing, go straight to the link. I'll include the link here and in the description box, and you'll find out more information about the series and my Patreon site there. Or you can go directly to my Patreon site and see the extended unboxing and review video there. All right, guys, thank you so much. And without further ado, straight to the reading. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for July 28th to August 3rd for the sign of Pisces. Alright, how you doing out there, Pisces? My lovely Pisces regulars and subscribers, you know who you are. You know how fond I am of you guys. And thank you so much for coming back and watching the video. Cross watchers, of course, you're welcome. And those of you who are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. In the weekly reading, we look at whatever relationship is taking main stage this week for you. So that could be a work relationship or a love relationship, family issue. Interestingly enough, quite a lot of the weekly readings this week were about creative partnerships, meeting someone that's kind of your match creatively. And endeavoring on like sort of a partnership of art, you know, innovation, things like that. 2 or 3 of the readings focused in on that, so that was quite interesting. But we're gonna get your 2 cards out from the Romance Angel Oracle deck and get right into it, Pisces. All right, Pisces. First card out is make an effort. All right, make an effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And you have free yourself. This card has been coming up a lot lately. It's an interesting one, the free yourself card, because oftentimes it doesn't come up for readings and readings and readings. And I'm like, where's that card? I love it so much, right? It's time to take control back of your life. But now it seems to have come up for quite a few of the readings. So it seems to indicate that a lot of people collectively as a whole, we're all kind of trying to get a little bit of control back in our life, I think. But we won't know what this all entails until we get your 7-card spread out, which is what we're going to do now. What's going on with my lovely Pisces this week? Show me. And as always, we pull out 7 cards, 1 main card for the relationship and 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your person. All right, show me what's going on with my lovely Pisces collective this week. Of course, not all messages resonate with all people. All right, so just take what resonates with you, and whatever doesn't, just throw it away, you know. First card out, you have 7 of Pentacles, so it's time to reevaluate some of the fruits of your labor. You know, you've sown seeds and they're now bringing forth fruit, right? And is it what you wanted? Are the things that you've accomplished really your true desires? Are they really what you've, now that you're starting to see some of your success, is it what really makes you happy? And so Seven of Pentacles tells us we're at a stage in our lives where we're reevaluating that, right? 10 of Pentacles is how you see yourself right now, Pisces. So you're pretty much on top of the world, feeling good. It seems like you've come full circle. 2 of Wands is coming in, which is how you see the other person in this dynamic. And for the relationship, you have Justice card coming in. So that's interesting. Justice was just here for, I believe, Aquarius at the bottom of the deck. Your person is identifying with Sun energy. Interesting. Could be Leo energy as well. They see you and they associate this you with 6 of Swords. Okay. And then they see the relationship as a chariot, right? A vehicle for getting their dreams, moving towards their goals, what they truly desire. Interesting. So, smooth these up a little bit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. Beautiful. So the Fool shows up, and whenever the Fool shows up, it indicates you, right? The Querent. So like I always say the example, if you are a Leo and you're getting a reading done and the 8 card of the Major Arcana, which is your card, shows up, then, readers will say, oh, you're showing up in your own reading. When the Fool comes in, it's always representative of whoever's getting the reading done, showing up in their own reading, because ultimately we are always the Fool on the tree of life, right? Going from Ziffaroth to Ziffaroth, doing the path work, going along the paths that take us from one stage to the next, that all add to our attaining a certain amount of enlightenment, right? Our ever-increasing move towards enlightenment, right? Towards the connection with our spirit, our divine. And so it's all about the various paths that we take, and the Fool is always on the path, right? We talk about the Fool taking a leap of faith, starting a new path. That terminology is very specific. We think of it as being symbolic of like a path that you take through life, right? But it is also very specifically to the tree of life. We call the connections between the 10 Ziffaroth on the tree of life, we call them paths. And there are 22 paths on the tree of life connecting all 10 of the Ziffaroth. Those 22 paths correspond with the 22 Major Arcana cards. Okay, so in this way, when we talk about being on the path, those of us who study Kabbalah, we very specifically and intentionally mean the path, a very specific path. It could be a very specific karmic lesson that you're learning. It could be you are on the path that connects the Empress and the Emperor. All of the various spots are connected, right? And so in this way, right? In this way, we understand how we go through, right? And so go through life and go through the various ups and downs. And so when the Fool shows up, it indicates, yes, you're showing up in your reading, because right now, whatever you're going through right now is a time of paying attention, right? You really need to pay attention right now to what's going on, because you're about to start a very new stage in your life. You're about to enter a new path, right? You're about to go into a new kind of lesson, right? And so you have to pay very much close attention right now. Be very much in the moment at times like this. And this is really the true interpretation of the Fool card, even though oftentimes it's interpreted as, oh, you're just a fool, just take a leap of faith. Yes, you take a leap of faith because you're not entirely sure what's going to happen. But also the admonishment is that not to be a fool, not to go forward with your eyes closed, but to be very conscious and in the moment right now so that you can get the most out of this transition. And like I indicated earlier, 7 of Pentacles is a time when you reevaluate everything that you've achieved, and is it really what you want, right? Certainly free yourself. Is interesting that that would come in, because the Seven of Pentacles is the type of energy that would come up if you are trying to decide whether or not the life you're living right now is the right life for you, right? If it's what you truly want, or perhaps you need to take control back. Sometimes we attain certain goals in our lives, and once we attain them, we realize that that goal was not ours to begin with. That was our parents', goal for us, or our lovers' goal for us, our friends, our societies, what have you, but it was not our dream. And so oftentimes by the time you actually get some of the fruit of your labor, you realize it's not what you wanted at all. Okay, but right now, Pisces, you are associating yourself, or you're identifying right now with 10 of Pentacles. So you feel like you've come full circle, I think, right? You've attained everything that you can attain at this juncture, and with what you've been given. I want to say that you're ready to kind of move from this, though. Tens are completion and the beginnings of another stage. And so although you're quite happy with everything that you've attained, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, I think you realize that you're at the ready to start a whole new chapter in your life, and you're kind of ready to go past this. This was fulfilling, but this was very much fulfilling for the person you used to be, right? It's like you've gotten the most and achieved the most you could for the person you were up until most recently. And you've had this kind of shift up, and now it's like you're going into your Ace of Pentacles. You're going into your Ace of things, your first step of things. You're going into the first step of the next stage, a different stage, right? It's not always a stage higher. Sometimes it's just a different stage. It's a path. It's a new path. You're going on to a new path, right? And sometimes, of course, we can do a tree of life readings that we would then look in a private reading. We would then look at the exact path that you are now stepping onto and the implications of that. Now, your person in this scenario sees themselves as the sun. They're feeling very independent right now, very creative. I want to say that they could be right now they could be a little famous, or about to be famous, about to have some notoriety, I want to say, some attention. The sun certainly indicates attention, right? Oftentimes it can indicate somebody who craves attention, who craves the spotlight, who craves the sunlight in that way. But certainly someone who's very happy, they're very independent, they're very satisfied. Right now, your individual is kind of, I want to say, you're on the top of things, and they're kind of on the top of things, right? But you're in different places, right? I think you're very much kind of ready to move towards something else completely, and they are just very happy with where they're at. I don't necessarily see a sense of movement here with them. They're very happy in the position that they have now. They're satisfied with that. It's enough for them. Yet for you, you're happy, but you're happy only because you're ending this particular junction. And this is only for some of you, Pisces, okay? For some of you, this is going to be quite different. But for some of you, you're really embodying that 10 of Pentacles. And so right now, yes, you may be feeling quite satisfied and pleased and happy, but you're certainly not exhibiting that same desire to remain where you're at, like your person is. Okay, so that's interesting that it's like slightly, you guys are exhibiting the same kind. For some of you, it's the same type of energy, but it's just the momentum for some of you isn't there where it is for your person. Okay, now you see you see your other person as a Two of Wands, and so it's I want to say as well, interestingly enough, like I said, your person may be someone who is kind of famous, about to be famous. They may be an entertainer. You know what I mean? They may just do something or work in a field that makes them, that makes people take notice of them, right? I think you see them as being extremely ambitious, right? This is how you see them. Two of Wands is very ambitious. It's wanting to go out in the world and put your footprint on it, put your stamp on the world, expand yourself. It's Aries energy. It's positive. It's great. right? It's a move forward, and oftentimes it is a move forward in partnership with someone, because 2 does indicate duality, right? Partnership, right, in a way. But it's also sowing the seeds. It's the next step. It's taking that next step forward, right? After the ace, after the inspiration is hit, we go forward with the 2. We branch out with the 2, right? And so 2 is associated on the tree of life with that masculine kind of masculine forward-moving energy, right? On the pillar of mercy. Okay. And so it's that desire, that conquering desire, that ambition, and you feel that off of them very strongly. Interestingly enough, they feel from you this desire for you to kind of shy away from all of that. They see that you're ready to move towards a completely different shore, right? You're not wanting necessarily their spotlight. You may be wanting a different spotlight or your own piece of sun, but it's like you're moving away from them. Right? They're, you know what I mean? You see how the 2 energies are so separate. It's like you see them going forward in their lives with their dreams, and it's like you are like, okay, but I'm going to go this way, right? And I don't think that, you know, for some of you, Pisces out there, the person you're with, it's quite interesting. I feel like this has almost been a reading that has been coming up to this for a month or so, because I think I saw it in some of your previous readings. It's like you guys agree to just separate with the best, you know, and under the best intentions, with a good feeling, right? Freeing yourselves in a way you both understand. I think that you both now understand. It could be for some of you that up until now it was only one of you that understood that you weren't going to be together much longer or move forward together, right? But there was a lot of love here. For some of you, you've been together for a long time. And now it almost seems as though, like, okay, now you both have caught up with each other. Now you both understand that, you know, where your head is at is here, and where their head is at is here. And whoever, you know, saw it first and whoever saw it last, it doesn't really matter, because you guys are kind of on the same page with this. And I want to say that because you've had so much love for each other and good feelings with each other and a good relationship, because 10 of Pentacles certainly indicates, Pisces, that, you know, for a long time you've been part of a really good partnership. This has been like a really good, you know, a good feeling, a good relationship. But it's simply one of those things where you both just want different things. You don't want the same thing anymore. And you're growing apart. Your desires are no longer on the same page. And so look at this. Isn't this interesting how similar these 2 cards are? One is Justice and one is Chariot. They're both kind of stationary. And so Justice is about to carry out a decision, and the Chariot is about to carry it out on their dream. And so you see this relationship as boiling down to a legal issue. It could be that some of you agree. Now, for some of you, I'm going to say this is just a feeling I have. For some of you, you may be married. You may agree to remain married just because it's better for both of you, right? You know what I mean? There's no animosity in this break. You know what I mean? There's no, you know, there's no hateful feelings. It's like you guys agree that you just aren't, you know, meant to be together anymore, but you want to split on the best possible terms. You still want to be, in a way, part of a family. You still want to help each other. You still want to be the best of friends. And so for some of you, you're going to still remain married. You're not going to bother with the divorce. Why bother? You can have the tax benefit. You know, you still split up and you move on with your lives, but, you know, this way you safeguard each other, right? If one gets in trouble, the other can still come and help them. It's like a really good split. It's a good feeling. It's not in any way like either one of you want to hurt each other. And your person as well sees the relationship and how they're part in it as Chariot. So they see that there's a change happening, right? They see that they're about to go on a very different road than you. Certainly, they're on their own Chariot. And I think they see this relationship this way because I think for some of you, Pisces, it's because of this relationship that this person was able to get to where they're at. And so they understand, and I believe they're very grateful for everything that you have done with them and that they've done together, because for some of you, this person is about to become quite popular. They're about to experience a lot of abundance. The Chariot is ready to move. It's like this entire relationship with you has either prepared them in some way, or helped them in some way, or allowed them to get everything in line in some way, so that now once you guys split and you go your way and they go their way, they are well and truly on their path as well towards their dreams. And they know how important this relationship, I think for a lot of you who are resonating with this, your person certainly knows how important this relationship was to them, being able to do all of this. And so free yourself is certainly here. Take your life back. It's time to separate from this person and make the effort, right? I think, make the effort has come out here because it's about making the effort to not fall into feelings of hate and kind of like, anger and, power struggle and how dare they want to leave me, when you know full well that you want to leave them too. And it's like, you know what I mean? Sometimes even though we both know the best way to move forward is to just agree that we both need to break up, even in cases like that, sometimes your ego can jump in and suddenly it's like you're pissed off that they want to break up with you. And you're like, well, you know what I mean? It's like, well, hang on a second. A minute ago, you want the same thing they want, so how can you be mad at them? And that's like when your ego starts doing a little bit of talking. So for those of you, if this comes up, just just make the effort. Just make the effort, because this, if this resonates with you, you guys got what you needed from each other. You're still soulmates. For some of you, you'll always be soulmates because you still have that bond. And you're just wise enough to understand that you guys just can't stay together because you want different things in life. It doesn't mean that you have to no longer be friends. You have to no longer care for each other or look after each other. It's a very, very beautiful reading. Let me pull out your 3 cards and we're going to wrap this up, Pisces. This is definitely a lesson in learning how to allow relationships to change, right? To evolve. And when it's, to understand when it's time to let go for the sake of saving the relationship and saving yourself. This way you maintain the connection. You're stronger for it. You don't lose, the entire connection because you're now upset with each other. It's like you gain so much. You've gained so much from being with each other. Now you will gain so much more from remaining in each other's lives as friends, right? And as people that you trust and care for, and that will be there for you in times of emergency. Show me 3 cards for this, please, for our lovely Pisces. We're going to wrap it up. Show me. Pisces, let's see. Let's wrap this weekly reading up for you with, we have 10 of Cups, contentment, another 10. So, yeah, another conclusion, another ending on good terms. There's the Sun, clarity coming in, right? You guys both know what needs to be done. You know that you've made the most of a beautiful situation, and it's time now to part with all love. Intuition, Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, total love, intuition. The Queen of Cups is very honest about her feelings. So below as above, she's not worried about being hurt or being vulnerable. She's honest, and she's still nurturing and caring. And I think if you both are honest with each other about your feelings and you maintain your love for each other and this understanding, this clarity that the Sun brings, right? This could be as well why your partner is associating right now, identifying with the Sun as well, is because they've also now come to this understanding that you two no longer are growing together, that you're growing apart, and it's time to separate. It could be that you came to that understanding first, Pisces, and in an effort not to break their heart or for this to be too abrupt, you've waited for them to catch up with you, and now they're living in the kind of light of clarity as well. They're living in this kind of they're receiving the clarity of the sun as well on this situation. They understand now too, because of their circumstance and because of everything that's happened. They too understand that, yeah, okay, you're right. You know, maybe it is time for us to just move on. All right, but this is still very positive. Another 10 of Cups. That means, you know, you end with overarching joy, this understanding that you will always be close, you will always care for each other, type of thing, right? And you know, there's still so much more life to have. And both of you, there's so much more love to have, right? You both deserve to have another relationship, different relationships with different people that give you what you need at that time. Because you got what you needed from each other for such a long time, and you've both grown and been stronger for it. All right, so this is your reading, Pisces. I hope this resonated with you. It's quite a beautiful ending to a long relationship and the beginning of a whole new stage for some of you. If this does resonate with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment below. Help me grow my channel. You know who you are, my subscribers, my regular Pisces. I love you so much. Thank you for all of your support. Join me over on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. It's just a nominal fee to show support and to allow me to start unboxing more and more tarot decks for you guys and handing those out. But for right now and for this week, have a wonderful week, Pisces. I shall see you next week. Bye-bye.